Hi there folks, Leon Faulkner here, Senior Instructor at the Northern Beaches Golf Academy. Here today to offer you another video tutorial to help you with your golf. And today I'm going to be talking to you about ball flight and what you're doing through the impact area that causes the ball to fly the direction that it's flying. I've got a yellow shaft down here which I use a lot to practice and also to teach with, and for the sake of today's tutorial, this shaft is going to represent our target line, right where the ball is going to be. If we have a look at the different factors that influence ball flight, there's two key factors. One of them is the club head path, which is which angle and which path the club is actually travelling from and heading through the impact area. So many golfers will tend to have the path too far from the inside, heading to the out. Some golfers will have too much of a path of out to in, which is a club head travelling too much from the outside, coming across the target line and heading too far to the left. The other factor is the club face angle. So when we put these two elements together, for example, if a golfer has a club path that's travelling too much from behind the body as it's approaching impact, and the club face is rolling as they're coming through, they're developing too much right to left spin on the ball, the bad shot's going to be a hook. And then we look at the other end of the scale and we look at the golfer that comes down very steep on the ball and the club head path is travelling from out to in. The club face angle may tend to stay open and point to the right, and then as a result of that path combined with that angle of the club face, that will spin the ball too much left to right and cause you to slice the ball. Now, the natural arc of the golf swing allows us to enable the club to travel slightly from behind the body as it's approaching the impact zone and then back around again. So the golf swing is not an up and down swing where it's working up and down on a straight line. It certainly is working around back to the target line and around again, although for some golfers they may find that they're too much on the inside, and as they're coming through they'll either keep the blade open or release the blade too far over to the left. But both those different angles of the club face can cause that ball to go very different directions. The hard rolling of the hands is the hook. Same path, without rolling the hands, keeps the blade open. That becomes now a push or a block. So to help you understand more about what you're actually doing to create the different ball flight that you're hitting, when you're hitting your shots, if it doesn't go where you want it to go, try and drag that ball flight back in and actually try and understand the first half of its trajectory. Was it to the right of your target or was it to the left of your target? And then that's going to be able to help you understand what path was the club coming from when it entered impact, and then based on the spin that you've spun the ball, if it's gone too much to the left, well then you're going to find that if it's gone right to left, the club head came through from the inside, pushed the ball to the right, and then with the excessive rolling of the hands, the club face angle is shut over and you've ended up spinning the ball too much right to left. So this is one aspect that coaches really look at when they're looking at their students. They look at their ball flight, they drag that ball flight in, they know straight away that to the naked eye it can be difficult to pick up without the use of video analysis, but just by looking at the ball flight, bringing it back in, if your ball flight starts left, heads to the right, that's telling you that if the ball's starting left, the club head has to be travelling from out to in. It's physically impossible to hit a slice where it goes from left to right if the club head path is actually travelling too much from the inside. It's impossible. The ball's got to start left first. Club head must be coming this way. So by bringing your ball flight back in, imagining that line, that can help you gain an understanding about what you're doing in that impact area, and then you can work on that. Or at least when you go see your coach, you're going to be able to relay that back to your coach and say, this is where my ball flight's been going, this is where I think is what's happening during the impact area, and then he can assess further and give you the appropriate drills. I hope this has helped you gain a bit more understanding about ball flight and impact area and what you're doing through that impact area that causes the ball flight to fly the direction that it does. Hope it helps.